I know you say you want to look to see, across the house from the front to the rear. Once you feel comfortable that there's not a dog in the house and there's nobody home, what's your next step in the process?
I'm looking for registration to the city for their alarm. I'm looking for their permit, which will be stuck around their front door on the glass 90% of the time, or one of their front windows. That permit tells me that their alarm system is up to date and that it's connected directly, not through a company, but directly to a police station. So if I make any error in my judgment in what I'm doing and that alarm goes off, there's going to be officers there almost immediately. That will deter me, because just so many other people that are homeowners get that first year of alarm system for free and then don't never pay on it again because they figure I'll never get my house broke into. And they do.
At some point, you're gonna transition from the front of the house to the rear of the house.
Yes, sir.
When you do that, how do you approach from the rear without drawing undue attention to your approach?
Sometimes I'll jog a street over and look through a cut through several houses up, and then jog down the alley. And I already have counted how many houses it is down the alley, and I'll look to see whether or not they have their fence locked. And if they do, I'll just climb their fence or flip over their fence, and do it as speedily as I can so that people don't see me. But that's always a thing. If you have neighborhood watch and people are aware of what's going on around them, if I'm going down the alley and I see anybody, that's a deterrent. I'm not even going to that house that I just cased that I know nobody's home in, because this person may have seen me. I would go jog back to my vehicle and drive to a totally different neighborhood because of that. It's very hard to get around neighborhood watch. It's excessively straining to try and outmaneuver them. I was jogging through, I'm not going to name the neighborhood, but I was jogging through a neighborhood, and I immediately became aware that there was neighborhood watch, and they didn't know me. So they were looking at me because they're out there every day, and they know their neighbors, and they know who's on their street. And as I was jogging through, I was like, well, that's neighborhood watch. They're watching me, right? So, and they didn't make it obvious, but I knew who it was. And so I jogged down another street, and I saw the same person again, and I said, well, they're watching me, so I need to leave. I would most certainly spend hours out casing and preparing beforehand, walking those alleys, being seen. People could have looked out their window and seen me 4 or 5 times in the same alley in a day and become suspicious of that and called the police and told them, hey, this guy's been in my alley 3 times a day and he doesn't live over here. And that would have deterred me. That would have killed everything that I was doing, all the hours that I had invested into getting acquainted with that area. And, nobody did.
From your experience, there's still a lot of people that don't pay sufficient attention to what's going on in their neighborhood.
Most people in the neighborhoods, cul-de-sacs, yes. Because, it's inevitable that you see everybody every day in a cul-de-sac. But in a linear street design, no. You don't know who your neighbors are for the most part. 5 houses down on the other side of the street. So, housewarming parties, getting together for neighborhood watch, passing out flyers to get to know each other, meeting at the parks, and being acquainted with each other as a society so that you know the people around you, so that your children are protected. Because I'm just a burglar. Think how many pedophiles do what I do. Think about that. And right now, where I'm incarcerated at, there's a lot of pedophiles. And I listen to what they say. And yeah, I was in this neighborhood over here walking around. I was at the park over here. So it may not just be that guy, white guy, that's properly spoken, that's jogging. It looks like he's really jogging. He may not just be a burglar. He may be a murderer, a rapist, a pedophile. People need to know that it's okay to call the police on somebody they don't know that's in their neighborhood. Because I was in a lot of neighborhoods and had no business being there. And it's really, really important that people get to know each other. And it's really good foundation of protecting your home is awareness of who's around you, right? Yeah. And so people need to get out and meet each other more in their neighborhoods. But yeah, that's a big thing. If somebody
And don't be afraid. I think what I'm hearing you say too is don't be afraid to report a suspicious person,
exactly,
or a suspicious vehicle,
exactly,
or maybe both.
Why is
Hey,
this
I've
guy
seen
in
the
my
guy
house?
on foot, and I've seen him in the vehicle. Same guy. Something's up.
Right. He drove by and looked, and then 10 minutes later, I seen him jog by and go to the door. What was that about?
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I would drive my vehicle because, like, I'm 43 and my knees act up sometimes. So I would drive my vehicle to go knock on doors at people's homes. And if you know that you've never seen me at that home before, and I'm beating the door down, I'm literally loudly knocking on the door. You know, it's okay to call over there if you know them and say, hey, are you home? If not, then why is this guy doing that? Then you see me 10 minutes later walking down the street, right? Same guy, same clothes.